What's up everybody, it's the one, the only, the Phenome, and welcome to part 7 of my Mass Effect playthrough video series. Now, in a previous video we made our first foray onto another planet, if I remember correctly. So yeah, after Eden Prime, where we had our main mission, and after the Citadel we went out into the Normandy and flew out into the galaxy, and we went to look for a certain Asari, Dr. Liara Tassoni, who is Matriarch Benezia's daughter. If you don't know who Matriarch Benezia is, she is Saren's sort of second in command. And if you don't know who Saren is, well, screw you. Then go watch the previous videos, because explaining all this stuff, I shouldn't really be doing that this part into the series. So in any case, we went to the planet Therum in the Artemis Tau cluster. I showed off the Mako, the sort of the vehicle which you use for exploration of open planets, so to speak, and it was pretty good. Good weaponry, very good in all sorts of different terrain. We used that to get to the dig site and kick some ass along the way, and then we got into the dig site. We rescued Dr. Liara Tassoni from Geth, from Saren's forces. In the process, we did trigger a seismic event, though, which basically turned into a full-blown volcanic eruption, which totally destroyed the dig site, but luckily we managed to get out alive, and the good doctor has pledged herself to Shepard's cause. So it's all good. It's all good. Now, after this, we're gonna go out and do another story mission, but this one ain't gonna be that... it won't be so short. Let's put it this way. But first, I think if I remember correctly, we're just out here. So let's go and talk to some of our crew members. I bet they have some good stuff to say. Actually, go and find out a bit more about Joker.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Alright, let's just talk to him and check this out. This is gonna be good.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
So yeah, that's the thing. Alright, let's ask him how he got his nickname then.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
A lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
No answer.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Alright, there's no need to talk about the disease more, because we understand what that is. Alright, yeah, I guess that'll be it for Joker.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Later, Joker. Yeah, so basically, yeah, this guy can't walk. Well, he can, but he can't. Otherwise he might snap a bone or something. So that's Joker. That's our pilot. He's the best in the Alliance, though, so I have no problem with the guy's legs. If he can make the Normandy dance, I'm cool with it. So let's talk to Caden. Oh wow, that's a long load.
Anything you need, Commander?
Let's see. Tactical
What's your
appraisal.
opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Oh, I do.
Just remember, Lieutenant, I saw her first.
Only by a few seconds, sir.
GG. Okay, personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Oh, damn. Do you go all the way?
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Alright, that's basically your intro to Caden Alenko. Pretty good. Ah, we get some gear from our locker. Very nice. Let's see. I just realized that I may have picked the wrong weapon for my sort of specialization, I guess. Because on one of the main story missions, I am gonna suffer heavily because I can't use shotguns. You'll see what I mean when we reach that place, but yeah, I'm gonna suffer because I don't have shotguns. That's for sure. I do have sniper rifles though, so that's gonna come in handy in different areas. Alright, so that's... yeah, basically that was Caden. Let's go talk to Liara. Oh, what punishment jump? Oh yeah, Dr.
Yes,
Chuck was.
Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe. Too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Alright.
I should
Thanks
go.
for the info, Doc.
Goodbye, Commander.
Hopefully Caden won't start losing his mind in the field. hasn't though up till now, so I think we're good on that. Liara.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Yeah,
You
babe.
look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hand. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Alright, talk to me.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Okay.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Oh boy. This is like, I don't even know what to compare this to, but just relax. What the fuck?
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Rip conversations. Okay, let's, now actually we'll do this, sort of more in-depth talk with all our characters.
I should go.
In the
Goodbye,
crew.
Shepard.
A bit later on. I guess maybe after we do some other missions, or maybe, yeah, we'll see. Maybe before we do the bonus missions, I'll run through all the bonus stuff, basically, all the lore that you can gain from talking to your crew members. All right. So, by the way, no extra points yet. I need 2 levels desperately to get the Master Overload, so I can use electronics on high difficulty objects. Because there will be some missions that you won't be able to pick up if you don't have that electronics skill. So, let's go talk to Mr. Vicarian first.
Commander, nice work out there. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
I guess it's not that bad.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Wait, what?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Yeah, tough decision, man.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Hold on, I'm the one in charge here.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Get wrecked, Garrus. Out, sorry. Yeah, the guy wants to play fast and loose. Well, that's not gonna happen.
Commander, we have a minute to talk.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
You got the problem?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Come on, you don't trust them?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Okay, that's a dipshit attitude.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Well,
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
okay, so it's the same thing goes for humans either. So,
You
that's
seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
all right then.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
All right.
I never knew my family. Grew up an orphan on Earth. Anybody in your family I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. So why are you out here? Just trying to get away from Earth?
To see space.
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the mud. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold breaking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one I know who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh, Lord. You went to the Makapog boot camp, too? Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Okay.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
I won't go this way, though. You'll see why later. Okay. Cheers.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
So, how are we doing? How are we doing, Ashley?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Yeah, I think she's legit.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Whoa, where's that going?
I don't think she's used to teasing. Good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
Aw.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Yeah, I guess
Talk
it is.
later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Alrighty then. Yeah, let's actually quickly go over the gear. I think, Tali here, I can give her a better shotgun. So there we go. Rex. Yeah. Let's see the shotguns. Yep, you're good. Then we got Caden and Liar, our two characters, basically our two biotics. So I'll give him the Striker 2 one, or Striker 3, whatever, and I'll give the Striker 2 to Liar. So, yeah, I can pretty much gel these two. Then we have Ashley, who actually has a decent assault rifle, and Garrus. Yeah, he's got a good assault rifle as well. Ashley, let's give you a... Actually, we don't need to give you a sniper rifle, you're good. And, yeah, I think everything else is pretty solid. So we can go and talk to Rex now.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
Okay.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Alright,
I
jeez.
suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Yeah.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Oh.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Alright, so I had a little extra talk with our man Rex over there, so that's going to be this time. But next time, I think I'll choose another... Next time I'll choose another crew member to talk to. Ah, level up. Very nice. So that's 2 more points into electronics. So you can see how handy it is to click around and get that XP. So there, here we have Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Alright, talk to me, Adams.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
FYI, FTL means faster than light. Just saying. Okay, stealth system.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
They don't sound too sophisticated, but maybe I'm wrong.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Okay. That's
Carry
pretty good.
on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Let's talk to Tali. Maybe she has some info.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Alrighty.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay. So yeah, probably talking to Tali will be one of the longest talks out of all of the crew members, but she is very interesting to talk to and very nice. Okay, let's talk to the wreck officer.
Commander, looking for some extra supplies before you head?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Alright.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, so what we got? We have our Spectre Master gear available to us as soon as we have the money. And here's a quick thing to consider. I think I might be able to get one of these weapons straight after our next big mission. You'll see why that is, why it's like that when we get to it. But for now, all of these are gonna become obsolete. It's as simple as that. All of this stuff is gonna become obsolete as soon as we touch down on the next planet. And yeah, we have the choice of Pharos and Noveria, and we're going to Pharos first. And yeah, all of this stuff is gonna be obsolete once we get there. Let's see if I can buy maybe. Still, I maybe need an armor. Yeah, like this perhaps. The Scorpion 4 armor. I have the Gladiator 4 armor, which seems dog shit compared to the Scorpion 4. So yeah, let's grab that. Let's have a look at the inventory. Scorpion 4, boom.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what
you bet, Commander.
Alright, and actually let's pick up the Gladiator 4. I'll give it to one of my teammates. Right, so there are 2 people who can wear light armor. So I'll give Caden the Scorpion armor, and I'll give Liara the Gladiator armor. So, and yeah, Asari use human armor, which is interesting. But in any case, yeah, that's what she uses. Tali, Rex, and Garrus, they all have race-specific armor, and obviously Shepard, and then Shepard, Liara, Caden, and Ashley, they all share armor, like the human, tailored to humans armor, I guess. Alright, that was messy, but you get my point, basically. Let's have a look at the actual skill tree. yeah, I don't have any of the armor abilities, so I'm pretty much going to be sticking to light armor. That's basically, yeah, the same that Liara and Kaden have. Ashley can use medium armor at the moment, and she'll be able to get heavy armor a bit later on. Yeah, let's talk to Presley.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
So, what did Nihilus do? The guy got backstabbed. That's what
Speak
happened to
freely,
him.
Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
Not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
That's a good thing, Presley.
Yes, sir.
I'll kick your ass if you had a problem with that. Alright, let's get on to the galaxy map. And, yeah, let's leave the Artemis Tau cluster for now. And let's head over to Pharos in the Atticum Beta. Theseus system. Let's get shot out of the space gun, and yeah, we've arrived at the system.
Message coming
now.
in.
Oh, hello.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Alrighty, picked up a new mission, but actually, come to think of it, we've spent a load of time talking to people, and I think we'll start up the Pharos mission. Oh, hello. Yeah. We'll make our way down to Pharos in the next videos, because, yeah, we've spent a lot of time talking already, and there's really no point starting up a core mission with such limited time. And yeah, I can't remember if I did say this, but whilst I was looking for the last keeper on the Citadel, in one of the elevators I did overhear this mission, that biotics have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies. And basically, the mission is to rescue this chairman guy, whatever. So, yeah, that's the thing. Alrighty then. For today, that's gonna be it, and well, if you're not a fan of talking to the other characters and sort of getting into the lore and stuff, if you're more about pew pew, well, sorry about that. But next part is definitely going to be loads of pew pew. I can promise you that. But for now, that's going to be it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you'll leave a like or a comment, that'll be much appreciated. And also don't forget that the channel has Twitter and Facebook pages. Check them out. The links for those can be found in the description of this video. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.